Test 1, test 2, the mic is good. Okay, so I didn't post yesterday, but that was because I was working and getting ready and such. And today I was quite busy because I was an extra for a upcoming series. I'm just going to talk about that really, because I have been trying to reach, some sort of acting thing, some sort of acting experience, and you can get an idea of how that is through being an extra. And I've been an extra for a couple of different things, and now trying to go a bit bigger. It's definitely difficult, and there is a lot of competition. But I live in Norway. The competition is smaller, but so is the audience, and so is the the jobs and such. So it's difficult everywhere. So yeah, but being an extra, it's okay. I can talk firstly about some of the downsides, but that's just how it works. So it's not really a downside. It's like a no shit type of thing. But like, there's long hours, a lot of waiting, and you usually don't get too much food to drink. It's your maybe sort of your own responsibility if you don't have lunch with the people there, if it's not accompanied or whatever it's called. But there's a lot of waiting, long hours, and yeah, that's usually how it is. But in that period, you get to meet and talk with a lot of different people. And that is, I think, the best part about being an extra. You don't. It's difficult to make a living out of it, and it may be difficult just to be an extra in general. But just if you just are curious about it, try it out. I mean, there are bad days and there are good days. Being an extra. Sometimes it can be a lot more stressful or grueling or time compact, or it can be bad. But on the good days of being an extra, it's amazing. It is very, very amazing. You meet very mind-like people. It doesn't necessarily need to be people that have a big interest in acting. It can be people just trying to get some money, just are curious how it works and just want to figure it out. But you meet also a lot that want to become an actor, or have a sort of role in that sort of department. And talking with ambitious people, it's very, very, very like, it ignites a fire in yourself, and it's very awakening. I have had 7 hours of sleep the last 2 days. I have eaten 2 pizza slices the last 24 hours. I'm so physically knackered, but I'm so emotionally. I'm still like, I'm lively. I'm up because you meet amazing people that you have very fun talks about. There are rules about being quiet on set and not talking every now and then. But let's say you have a period, or let's say lunch, or you get moved to a different place, just waiting for the crew and some of the actors to do some filming. You just talk, and like today we had a bunch of time to talk about everything, really, just everything, acting in general. And there's just a bunch of very, very nice and ambitious people trying to go for their dream. And there's a bunch of people going for the same dream. And that's what makes it amazing. We all know, they all know the risk. They all know the risk, but they are so ready to be patient, to be strong in that difficult period. And a bunch of them had a degree in acting, or are finishing. They have their last year in acting, and it really worked on me to get me taking a degree in it, because if these are the guys that you meet and have or act with, it's, come on, like, it's amazing to meet sort of people like this. And they most definitely won't see this video, but if some of you do, you definitely know who you are, because I talked to you. And sorry for forgetting all of your names. I am shitty at that. But, and yeah, like, there was one instance today where I talked with a person. I said her name wrong 3 times in a row, and she had to correct me. That is so embarrassing. Yeah, now I said it was a girl. That was so embarrassing. So embarrassing. But we all have our moments. But it's very, filming, it's always like time efficient. So it doesn't have space for bullshit yet. It's super fun, right? Because every single person, mostly and very often, every single person that are there got an opportunity to be there. Therefore, they're grateful, and they love it because they asked and they have worked to be there. They worked they worked hard, not so hard, who cares? But they worked hard they worked to get to where they are right here. And therefore they take their job a lot more seriously. And I would say than many other jobs. Definitely more than the extras, maybe some of the actors, but like, I'm almost going to say it's a bit empowering to see how good these people are at their jobs. And yeah, I did complain a bunch of times when I was on set there, because I was extremely tired, but I also was very amped. Let's just say that, because you get that it's infectious. It's like the flu. Yeah, it just goes to every single person. Everybody's like, yeah, and it's just get to know everybody, and it's amazing, really. Definitely depends what kind of extra job it is when it comes to everything in this, but yeah, you get to have fun making something beautiful, fun, or whatever, to make something very nice, to make, even though it's if it's a short film, series, a commercial, whatever it is, it's very fun to just, first day, you meet new people, you get along amazingly, everybody has the spirit up, and you just make good shit, really. And yeah, there are times that are not so fun and sort of stressful, but that comes with everything, every part of job and everything like that. But yeah, it's just today, like every single extra job I have done, you're sort of not, you're very excited for it, because you asked for something, you got it, and then some sort of pressure and fright. You get a bit scared about going there. There's always a bit of fright about meeting new people all the time, and you have to do this and this and that. But it's you really like when you're there or finish like I am now. You're like, oh, okay, this was okay. This was good. This was amazing. This was bad. This wasn't that bad. It was incredible, and yeah. Even though it's important being an extra. People have more important jobs in this sort of how should I say this, department or work area. But you still have a role in this. You can't just stand like this when there's a party being filmed, right? You have to contribute to the environment. So you definitely have some sort of role to play. So yeah, I couldn't join for tomorrow and Wednesday. That's just a shame, really, because these were amazing people. But yeah, I'm going to try and actually make sure I get some of their socials, because getting to meet them again in some sort of acting or whatever would be incredible, and just see them strive and reach the success that they want. It's very fun, and it's super motivating after meeting these people having so ambitious dreams. You can just see stars in their eyes, like you just see that they really want this, and they're going to try their hardest, and they're going to pursue their dream, going for that risk and going against the odds and what other people think about them. And yeah, it's amazing. So if you do find yourself in a pickle and you are a bit curious about how that thing works, try being an extra. There's some sort of things you have to do to get the attention to get a role as an extra. It isn't necessarily super duper hard, but you have to be accepted by the people that are working there. But yeah, you have to search for it, right? You don't just get a call like, "Hi, do you want to be an extra for Pirates of the Caribbean or Caribbean?" I just said Caribbean, dude. It's Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm sorry, okay? But you don't just get a call like, "Okay, we need a bunch of people. Can you join?" You have to search for it, right? So there's some work you have to do yourself, but I would recommend doing that. You'd really get it's the definition of trying something new, challenging yourself, doing something uncomfortable, and yeah, really get out. That, I think, being an extra is the definition, or one of that, or don't quote me, but I think it's very much like that, because it doesn't get more out there, really, because you have to socialize like crazy. That's just, you can definitely not do that, but it super helps with the experience if you do socialize, so I recommend. And it's an extra sort of acts, you have to act because of the environment, you have to act the environment, so you do some sort of acting, and then you just look at how things are actually made, because I know there's a bunch of people who watch a series, movies, and then you get some sort of feeling like, okay, they don't do just one take of a scene. They do 10, and they do breaks, and they do trials, and just a bunch of shit, right? So it's not, yeah, it's just how that is. And you get more respect for everybody who works in that industry. Industry is the word I'm looking after. You get so much respect for the people that work in that industry, because it's a lot of, you have to be very stress strong. You have to be used to stress and just being good at everything really. So yeah, I do recommend that. I mean, we're 16 minutes in. This is an unedited video. Yes, so yeah, that was. Maybe I'll make a video about it tomorrow. We'll see how it goes and how much views or whatever it will get. But and yeah, just to be clear, I've done a couple, like 7, 8 different things. Some of them have more days, and sort of they're all different, you know. Some have longer shooting days, some have not, some have longer hours. I have done a couple, but I'm not a professional, right? I'm trying to be some sort of actor. If not that, then a lawyer. But so yeah, it's just, that was cringe. Okay, yeah, whatever. But that's when being an extra and actor really is, being cringe and stuff like that. But yeah, nice one, Elias. But yeah, maybe I'll make a video about it tomorrow, maybe not. I definitely know I have to go to the store and buy me some food. I have to eat a shit ton of proteins, carbs for today before I go to bed. Gonna do some stuff tomorrow, as well as training. So yeah, it's just, I know that this thing that I did today really, like, it made my week. So I'm meeting those people as well. You're not gonna regret that. If you were in my shoes, you wouldn't regret it. The only thing I regret is that I'm not going tomorrow and Wednesday, being with them. But that's just a choice I've made. Yeah, no, it was a fun time. And we're almost 20 minutes in. You definitely haven't watched until here. But if you have, respect, really, you can just have it in the background while you're doing math or some shit. Hope you had a good day. Hope you will have a good day. Have a laugh, have a smile, and be kind, most importantly. And I will see you tomorrow. Take care and goodbye.